Hello students, I am Dr. Prakash. I welcome you on for the presentation on e-business subject of 6th semester BBA. In this session number 8, I will be discussing about the topic firewall. A firewall is a network security device that monitors incoming and outgoing network traffic and permits or blocks data packets based on a set of security rules. Its purpose is to establish a barrier between your internal network and incoming traffic from external sources such as the internet in order to block malicious traffic like viruses and hackers. Now let's see the components of firewall and how does a firewall work. The first one is network policy. So there are two levels of network policy that directly influence the design, installation and use of a firewall system. The higher level policy is an issue-specific network access policy that defines those services that will be allowed or explicitly denied from the restricted network, how these services will be used, and the conditions for exceptions to this policy. The lower level policy describes how the firewall will actually go about restricting the access and filtering the services that were defined in the higher level policy. The following sections describe these policies in brief. The second one is advanced authentication. The internet that have occurred in part due to the weaknesses associated with traditional passwords. For years, users have been advised to choose passwords that will be difficult to guess and to not reveal their passwords. However, even if users follow this advice, and many do not, the fact that intruders can and do monitor the internet for passwords that are transmitted in the clear has rendered traditional passwords obsolete. Advanced authentication measures such as smart cards, authentication tokens, biometrics, and software-based mechanisms are designed to counter the weaknesses of traditional passwords. While the authentication techniques vary, they were similar in that the password generated by advanced authentication devices cannot be reused by an attacker who has monitored a connection. Given the inherent problems with passwords on the internet, an internet accessible firewall that does not use or does not contain the hooks to use advanced authentication makes little sense. The third one is packet filtering. IP packet filtering is done usually using a packet filtering router designed for filtering packets as they pass between the router's interfaces. A packet filtering router usually can filter IP packets based on some or all of the following fields: source IP address, destination IP address, TCP or UDP source port, and TCP or UDP destination port. And the fourth one is application gateways. To counter some of the weaknesses associated with packet filtering routers, firewalls need to use software applications to forward and filter connections for services such as Telnet and FTP. Such an application is referred to as a proxy service, while the host running the proxy service is referred to as an application gateway. Application gateways and packet filtering routers can be combined to provide higher level of security and flexibility than if either were used alone. As an example, consider a site that blocks all incoming Telnet and FTP connections using a packet filtering router. The router allows Telnet and FTP packets to go to one host only, the Telnet or FTP application gateway. A user who wishes to connect inbound to a site system would have to connect first to the application gateway and then to the destination host. As follows. A user first telnets to the application gateway and enters the name of an internal host. The gateway checks the user's source IP address and accepts or rejects it according to any access criteria in place. The user may need to authenticate himself or herself, possibly using a one-time password device. The proxy service creates a telnet connection between the gateway and the internal host. The proxy service then passes bytes between the two connections and the application gateway logs the connection. So firewalls carefully analyze incoming traffic based on pre-established rules and filter traffic coming from unsecured or suspicious sources to prevent attacks. Firewalls guard traffic at a computer's entry point called ports, which is where information is exchanged with external devices. For example, source address 172.18.1.1 is allowed to reach destination 172.18.2.1 over port 22. Think of IP address as houses and port numbers as rooms within the house. Only trusted people, source addresses are allowed to enter the house, that is destination address, at all. Then it's further filtered so that people within the house are only allowed to access certain rooms, that is destination ports, depending on if they are the owner, a child or a guest. The owner is allowed to any room, that is any port, while children and guests are allowed into a certain set of rooms, that is specific ports. Now let's move on to the types of firewalls. Firewalls can either be software or hardware, though it's best to have both. A software firewall is a program installed on each computer and regulates traffic through port numbers and application, while a physical firewall is a piece of equipment installed between your network and gateway. The first one is packet filtering firewalls. It is the most common type of firewall which examines packets and prohibits them from passing through if they don't match an established security rule set. This type of firewall checks the packet source and destination IP addresses. If packet match those of an allowed rule on the firewall, then it is trusted to enter the network. Packet filtering firewalls are divided into two categories: stateful and stateless. Stateless firewalls examine packets independently of one another and lack context, making them easy targets for hackers. In contrast, stateful firewalls remember information about previously passed packets and are considered much more secure. While packet filtering firewalls can be effective, they ultimately provide very basic protection and can be very limited. For example, they can't determine if the contents of the request that is being sent will adversely affect the application it's reaching. If a malicious request that was allowed from a trusted source address would result in, say, the deletion of a database, the firewall would have no way of knowing that. Next generation firewalls and proxy firewalls are more equipped to detect such threats. The second one is next generation firewalls. NGFW. It combines traditional firewall technology with additional functionality such as encrypted traffic inspection, intrusion prevention system, antivirus, and more. Most notably, it includes deep packet inspection. While basic firewalls only look at packet headers, deep packet inspection examines the data within the packet itself, enabling users to more effectively identify, categorize, or stop packets with malicious data. Learn about 4.ngfu here. The third one is proxy firewalls. Proxy firewalls filter network traffic at the application level. Unlike basic firewalls, the proxy acts as an intermediary between two end systems. The client must send a request to the firewall where it is then evaluated against a set of security rules and then permitted or blocked. Most notably, proxy firewalls monitor traffic for layer 7 protocols such as HTTP and FTP and use both stateful and deep packet inspection to detect malicious traffic. The fourth one is network address translation firewalls, NAT firewalls. It allows multiple devices with independent network addresses to connect to the internet using a single IP address, keeping individual IP addresses hidden. As a result, attackers scanning a network for IP addresses can't capture specific details, providing greater security against attacks. NAT firewalls are similar to proxy firewalls in that they act as an intermediary between a group of computers and outside traffic. The fifth one is stateful multi-layer inspection firewalls. Here, it filters packets at the network, transport, and application layers, comparing them against known trusted packets. Like NGFW firewalls, SMLI also examines the entire packet and only allow them to pass if they pass each layer individually. These firewalls examine packets to determine the state of the communication, thus the aim to ensure all initiated communication is only taking place with trusted sources. Thank you.